Guys, Johnny here again with another health and fitness video. Hopefully you are all well, and these videos are giving you a few little tips each week which can help you live that healthier lifestyle whilst we are all still in lockdown. This week we're going to start, like we always do, going through them healthy daily habits that will help improve your lifestyle. So I'm just going to touch on them again. First one, drink plenty of water, 2 to 2.5 litres a day. Work your way up to that, but that is the goal, what we want to aim for. Track down your nutrition. That can be with a pen and paper, it can be using an app like MyFitnessPal. Just being aware of what you're eating is the first step to making them changes to a healthier nutrition plan. The next one is exercise. Try and do at least 10 minutes a day. It could be something light, it could be walking, running, weights, whatever. Just try and do at least 10 minutes a day and build from there once you get the confidence and the fitness level to do so. The next one is stretching. Whilst we're in lockdown, we're so much more susceptible to injuries from sitting with poor posture at makeshift desks. So if you are feeling particularly tight or aching, it's only going to get worse if you don't start introducing that mobility and start stretching. Twice a day, 5 minutes is what I'd suggest, but do as little as you can in the beginning just to actually build that habit. And the last one, but certainly not least, is sleep. With your sleep, we want to be trying to get at least 7 hours a night. Some people need a lot more than that. We're all individual in that regard. But if you're not getting 7, you're going to be impacting your productivity, your health. So try and get at least that and more if you can. If you have the opportunity to try and go to sleep without the alarm clock on, that's a good indicator. If you're sleeping way past your alarm would normally go off. I wouldn't do this on a work day, but try on a weekend. And if you're sleeping a lot longer than you normally would, it's generally because you are tired and your body needs it. Okay, those are the healthy habits that we want to be trying to work on each and every day. You don't need to be hitting them numbers I've mentioned, but if you're working towards them, you're going to be on the right track. Right, now we're into the health and fitness tips. We're going to focus on exercise first. We've actually got 3 tips today, and it's going to be 3 ways how you can stick to what you start with in terms of an exercise program. So the first one we want to go through is choose something that you enjoy. Easier said than done. If your mind automatically goes to typical workouts, you might not really like anything to do with the gym. If that's the case, then focus on something else. It could be walking, it could be having a little kickabout with your kids. It could be a sport if you like playing squash. I know it's a little bit difficult at the minute, but these tips don't just need to be for now. You can focus on them in longer term as well. So if you've got a sport that you particularly like, you could like walking the dog. Anything that you know you'll actually enjoy to start with is always the best place to go, because your willpower isn't going to be great in the beginning. You're not in that routine yet, so it needs to be something that has an easy barrier to entry. So if you know you absolutely hate the gym, you dread going there, as soon as you have a bad day, you're just not going to go. You might get through a week, 2 weeks, but as soon as that bad day hits, it's going to be very unlikely that you'll actually make it there on your own regard. So focus on something that you enjoy first. Go as small as you need to. Like if you're really struggling, it could just be like one aspect. Like you might enjoy like one particular exercise, then just do that. It doesn't need to be a full like broad sort of discipline such as like lifting weights. It could be just do one exercise that you like. If you're really good at squats, just do squats to begin with and just build from there. So that is tip number 1. Tip number 2 is get your close friends and family on board, particularly whoever you live with. This is more important than ever because we're in lockdown and we don't have that group of friends that we might see as often. So if the person you are living with, could be your spouse, your parents, your kids, anyone, if they're not on board with you wanting to make healthy lifestyle changes, it's just not going to happen. You need to get them on board before you even start. Explain what you're looking to do. If for example, you're looking to lose weight, get your spouse or whoever it is on board first. Let them know how important it is to you, that you do need their help. What this looks like in a real life example is if you don't tell them or they're not on board, you've had a tough day at work, your willpower's not there, and your spouse is just egging you on, just come and sit down, just take it easy tonight, one day doesn't matter, that kind of thing. Whereas if your willpower's low and you're just starting, that's going to be too easy to just give in. Whereas if you've got that supportive person around you, when you are having a bad day, if they know ahead of time what your goals are and that you will be struggling and you need their help, they can support you rather than saying, come and sit down. They'll give you the encouragement that you need to actually get it done on those bad days. This can just as easily go to diet as well. If you haven't got someone supporting you when you are feeling low, you're having a bad day, you're stressed with work, whatever, and you really don't want to eat that healthy meal, it's too easy just to order a takeaway. If you've got someone encouraging you, they can give you that little nudge when you're feeling demotivated. And in the beginning, it's massively important. So having that support group around you is really important, and that is tip number 2 today. Now we're on to tip number 3. This is set small goals and celebrate the wins. Now I don't want you to think that setting big goals is bad. I do recommend that you do that first. Set something further down the line, it could be 1, 3, 5 years time of what you want to achieve. For example, weight loss is the easiest one to use as an example. If you've got a big goal of losing 5 stone, might be 3 years time, if that's all you're focusing on, it's so far away that you'll soon lose that drive if you don't have anything smaller to achieve along the way, and you can easily get sidetracked and you can forget about it. And if you have a few weeks off throughout the year, it just starts making things slower and slower, and that it's less likely to actually happen. So what I'd suggest is have that big goal, but break it down into smaller goals. It could be 1 month at a time, and then break that month down into 1 week goals. As long as it's no more than 6 weeks at a time, what you're aiming for, it's always going to be fresh in your mind. Make it achievable in the short term. For example, if you're looking to lose 5 stone in 3 years, I don't know the maths off by heart, but if you're losing £2 every couple of weeks, you're going to be well on your way to doing that. And if you celebrate the wins as well, it gives you that little endorphins boost that will just motivate you and help keep pushing you on. Because when you do achieve any goal, no matter how small it is, you do get that sense of achievement, and it does help you push forward, and your body wants to do that again and again. If you hit that first goal, that second one's going to be that much more likely to happen, and so on. No doubt there will be some setbacks, but if you're always focusing on something in the very near future, you're a lot more likely to actually achieve it. So that's the third one. Set small goals, celebrate those wins. This week's nutrition tip, we're going to be looking at protein. Now, you've likely heard a lot about protein. It has become a bit of a buzzword over the past few years. You'll see it on everything from protein cereal, protein pancakes, protein muffins, everything. It's a bit over the top, but because it's become more well known that it is important for your diet, obviously the bigger companies using it for marketing purposes, they just stick protein in front of everything, whether it's actually got good amount of protein in or not. It is a bit deceiving, but besides the point, that's what we're looking at today: protein and why it's important and how it can actually help you no matter what your goals are. Right, protein for weight loss. Now, there's a few reasons why it is beneficial. One of them being, if you don't eat enough protein, your body, you kind of lose that muscle mass that you already have. You need protein to maintain your muscle, and when you lose it, even if you're not wanting to be muscly, your metabolism will lower because of that. The higher, the more muscle that you have, the higher your metabolism is going to be, meaning the more calories you can eat without putting weight on. So if you lose muscle mass, that means your metabolism comes down as well. So whereas before you might need to eat 1500 calories to maintain, with a lower metabolism you might need 1200 to maintain. So if you start eating 1500, you can put weight on. So one of the reasons is that it can lower your metabolism. Another one is if you're trying to lose weight, you want to stay as full as you can with as little calories as you can. If you're eating protein, you're going to stay fuller for longer. Now, if you've ever tried to eat more than one chicken breast, for example, you're going to be stuck. You might get 2 in, but can you really eat 3 chicken breasts? That's just an example. Not that you should go out and try, but if you look at the difference between, if you're trying to eat something like trying to fill up on protein, like 3 chicken breasts might be 600 calories, and you're going to feel absolutely stuffed doing that. Whereas if you do the same with potatoes or rice, crisp, sweet biscuits, you could basically eat carbs all day, and you might feel full for a little bit, but then you'll just get hungry again, and so on. So you don't want to fill up on carbs if you're trying to lose weight. You want to fill up on protein first. And it doesn't have to be meat. There are vegetarian sources. They are a little bit harder to come by, but the idea is that if you fill up on protein first, so when you're building your meal, if you focus on your source of protein, that could be chicken, beef, could be eggs, fish. If you're a vegan, it is a little bit harder, but you can have things like tofu. And if that's the basis of your plate, start from there and then add the rest of your things around it. Okay, so weight loss, it's not the most spoken about thing that protein helps, but it is definitely a factor. Right, building muscle. This is likely where you've heard protein most spoken about, and if you are looking to build muscle, you do need to be eating enough protein. If your body can't repair the muscles when you're doing your workouts, when you're doing your resistance sessions, you're basically breaking down all your muscle fibers, and when you go home after that, your body recovers and builds them back stronger. That's how you build muscle, and you need protein to do that. So if you're not eating enough, your body can't repair your muscles fully, and you're just not gonna put muscle on, or very little at that. So eating enough protein, vital for building muscle. A good rule of thumb is for every pound of body weight, if you're a male, try and eat a gram of protein. For females, probably 0.7. So if you're 200-pound man, 200 grams of protein. If you're 200-pound woman, 140 grams of protein, if my maths has served us right. That is just a rule of thumb. Everyone's slightly different. It's not just off your body weight. That's just a rule of thumb. If you're 200 pounds of pure muscle, you might need more than that. If you're 200 pounds and you're mostly body fat, then you might need less. Okay, so that is a good place to start for building muscle. Now, if the goal is performance, if you do CrossFit, if you cycle, run, whatever it is, you need to be eating enough protein if you want to perform at your best. You need their muscles repaired, replenished after a workout. So taking a protein shake is the easiest way to do that. And then you're going to be that much more ready the next day. So what I mean by that is if you do a tough training session and then you have your protein shake straight after, your body's already starting to repair their muscles. So when you come to do your next day's session, you're going to be in a much better state to do that. Now, if you don't have enough protein and you're depleted, your body's going to be that much weaker, sorer the next day, that you're not going to be at your best. So make sure that you do have enough protein, especially if you are a performance-based athlete. Hopefully that's helped, guys, and you do now realise that eating a higher protein diet can't really help no matter what your goals are. Right, now, last thing that we're going to go through today is just to set another fitness challenge. It's going to be getting tougher, guys. This is it's been a long lockdown, so don't worry if you're not feeling motivated, just do your best. We're going to set the steps challenge. This starts from Monday, it runs right through till Sunday. Tracking either on your iPhone, smartphone, if you've got a watch, great, use that. And we're just trying to get as many steps in as possible from Monday till Sunday. Get your screenshots, send them in. Let me know if you've got any questions on anything as well. Just let me know. I'm here to help, guys. Right, and that is it for today. Hope you've enjoyed it and this does help. And again, any questions that you might have, just send them over via email and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Take care. Have a great week.